Live from Toronto to the world.
Josh!
This is Josh Holiday Live. Talk that rocks.
The public needs to be informed.
Josh might surprise us.
Got an opinion? Dial 647-6YO-JOSH.
When you hear him, you're like, what?
Josh Holiday Live starts now.
Yeah. Hi, guys. I never know how to start because it's just, there it is. It's like hi, hello, hi. It is Josh Holiday Live. You can call us. Please call us. We'd love to hear from you if you have a beef or anything to talk about. Guests on tonight's show, Dylan Gott. Gotta get Gott.
Yeah, how's it going, everybody?
He's a comedian, gadabout, lived in the UK for a couple of years, and is back home.
I was homeless in the United Kingdom. I'm homeless in Canada. Let's go.
Woo, woo, woo. Allan Turner is here as well.
Hi.
He's you were voted in Now Magazine by the readers of Now Magazine.
Yeah, in 2015, 4 years ago.
And it's all downhill since.
I'm back on this podcast.
You're headed back up.
Yeah, the bottom is behind me.
Yeah.
I have high hopes.
Mostly, this is where when you reach rock bottom, this is where you end up, metaphorically, physically, and
no, don't put yourself down. No, rock bottom is behind me. This is the first step out of the pit.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm homeless.
So
Alan is rock bottom. We're looking to climb up. So please call in
with offers of shelter,
donate
food or shelter.
Yeah.
If you have either of those things, call.
I saw Popeyes on the way here. I want some Popeyes. So if you could call and donate, what's the number to call in?
647. So it's a Toronto number.
Is this your own phone number?
No, I have a different one.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I was like, when you said to post it online to call in, I was I would call Josh. Not during the show, please.
The show starts
after the show is
2 a.m. till 4 a.m. Call in anytime.
Prime fighting time.
Yes, 647. So if you're in Toronto, it's free, and most people in Canada, I think, have Canada-wide, unless they have a really shitty phone plan.
Don't assume.
Do you not have Canada-wide calling?
Wow, that's fascinating.
Do you have specifically Toronto only calling?
I was just talking to my provider yesterday.
Are you serious?
And I had unlimited local, but some other add-on thing that made it free to call everywhere in Canada, but not technically unlimited Canada-wide.
But before it was just you could just call area code 416. Even like the newer one, 647, you couldn't call.
No, I could call, but through some sort of weird. Anyway, now it's.
Who is your provider?
I'm not endorsing that until if they call in using their own
endorsing.
service. And
we're just talking about providers here. Is it Freedom Mobile?
No, it's not Freedom Mobile.
Is it Fido? Is it?
So we're not rock bottom then.
No.
I feel like rock bottom is Freedom Mobile or Chatter. My brother-in-law went through a rough time, and he was just driving to different convenience stores to re-up his Chatter mobile. And I was like, you got to get another job, man. You can't be... If you are a user of Chatter Mobile, you are depressed. Like, I don't think there's one person...
I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of Chatter?
And just now.
Who is the... Because usually there's a big company that has it, like they end up buying those little ones. Who's the master of Chatter?
Who's the master of Chatter? I don't know. Who's the most evil person I can think of? Idi Amin. Idi Amin, who's dead now, but his ghost created Chatter just so people...
So since you're doing product placement, pitch to me now, Chatter Mobile.
Okay, perfect. Do you deal drugs?
No, I don't. Now
well,
it
then
sounds like I do.
Phone line. Get another phone line then.
Okay.
That Chatter Mobile, it's like if you deal drugs, then because it's like it's pay as you go. I think it's like I assume.
Is it like having a burner phone basically?
Pretty much. I mean, you get like I think you get reception only right in front of the person, so you're like talking to them. It's like, well, Chatter's working. Like, no, I'm talking to this person. Yeah, but you're using the Chatter.
It's not actually using a mic or a speaker. You're just listening.
You're just
to
yelling
each other.
at your mom or whatever.
When I grew up, as a kid, I lived in a small town where we didn't have a phone, Sioux Narrows, but I was only there in the summer times. The locals won't call me local, rightfully so. But 22 summers I was up in Sioux Narrows, and
22 summers.
that feels more like home than because I moved around. Point being, we didn't have a phone for a long time.
Oh.
We used CB.
CB radio.
CB radio
as a phone? Really?
as a phone. The whole town was on CB. We monitored the emergency channel, Channel 9.
Is amazing.
And you had CB names. And
Did you have a nickname like Crazy Allan on the CB?
I was Babyface.
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 Yeah.
That's sweet.
And did
So
you
I
use
was
trucker
also-
terms?
Oh yeah, so it's a break 9 for Driftwood Lady,
Breaker 9 over.
and then Driftwood Lady here go to 12, and you'd switch channels to channel 12 is the most common. But you'd go, everyone had their own channels, and then you'd go there and
But you could
describe.
listen in on other people's if you went to that channel.
Everyone did listen in on everyone else's things. So if you're talking to your friend about where you're going to go fishing that day, you got to use some sort of code you've pre-established so that no one goes and steals your pickerel.
That is
That's a.
so.
If only that
sometimes-
was the only concern that you had is someone fishing in the same place. See, life was simple.
Yeah, well, you heard the part that we're on CB, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It was a fairly idyllic
Did
simple
people-
life.
Did people have actual CBs also in their vehicles, or was it just in their houses? So it
in
was
the car,
all over
in the
place.
boat, and in your house, you would have CBs.
So you guys had like cell phones way before cell phones, essentially.
I'm super cool.
That's sweet, man.
You're
CB
an
radio.
early adopter.
Now, when we went to phone, we only had to dial 4 numbers.
When we went to phone. That
Four-number
is
phone
insane.
number?
Alexander Graham Bell has no fucking place in this fucking town. We just use Morse code or whatever.
No, but we didn't have to use area code or the 3 prefix numbers.
Yeah, of course. How many people were in the town? 1,000.
300.
300.
But in the summer, around 3,000.
Oh, so it's a cottage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were on a trailer
Small.
park and then a cottage, and yeah, we were summer residents. Summer residents. There's a lot
Oh,
of
so-
stigma around summer
yeah.
residents.
That's
The
where you spent
summer
your
people,
summers.
yeah.
They didn't like you, the 300. But I mean, obviously the 2,700 would murder the 300 super easily.
I don't know. The 300
Do you know who the
probably
mayor
have
was?
more skills.
Oh, yeah. The mayor is
mayor?
probably the guy who like fucked the most women in high school. That's probably how they elect the mayor. Is like, I got laid 12 times in high school. You're the mayor until you want to stop being the mayor.
I don't think there was a mayor
It's too small.
because it was too small. Yeah, because it wasn't technically a town. It was
Just like the fattest
like
guy
a
of the
like
300.
a village or a township.
But you need a
there were
leader
Other
then.
communities.
So
yeah,
what,
there
you
were
just like someone murders someone. It's like there's no mayor, so
Yeah.
enjoy
Go
your
free.
murdering.
No
okay,
cops.
as a kid using a CB call by the name of Babyface, I wasn't really paying attention to local politics. So
I
there
was.
There was dirty uncles probably like, "Hi, babyface. Do you want to come fishing? I know the best spot."
Yeah, well, I wouldn't listen to someone that's on the CB saying hi. It's break 9.
Oh.
Come on.
Okay, all right. I'm going to test you because I was doing this training thing where we train corporations, and it was the trucking company we were training.
Okay.
So we tried to learn like some of the CB slang, the trucker slang. So I'm going to ask you guys CB terms, trucker terms, and you try and tell me what it actually means.
All right.
What's an alligator in trucker terms?
It's a prostitute you killed. That's it.
Is that you're going to answer that for everything I get to say?
No, there's gonna be more.
Alan, what do you
gets
think it is?
words from there.
I have no idea what it is. So, I don't even get a guess?
Oh
No, mine
okay,
was right.
guess then.
Play the ding.
You were wrong too. Alan, guess.
I was wrong. How was I wrong?
It's not a
I'll look it up.
crossing that kills. What do you think it is?
What an alligator is?
Yeah.
I think it's roadkill.
No, it's when there's a tire on the road, like a piece of tire. It kind of looks.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Let's see. What's a bear?
A kid that has drifted away from his parents. Time to pounce.
All right.
We had one funny answer and
One real. Alan got the actual answer.
Yeah, the answer is it's a cop.
Ooh.
Bear in the air is an aircraft. Bear in the bushes. What's a Billy Big Rigger?
What's a Billy Big Rigger? Maybe it is a big truck.
It's Yeah, I don't. You want to take a guess, or you want me to just tell you?
Why do you assume I'm guessing and I don't know?
He
I'm
got
the
one
one
of
that
them
grew
right.
up with CB.
Oh yeah, okay. What's a Billy Big Rigger?
I don't know.
It's more trucking though. It's not as much CB.
Make up something gross.
It's a term for a super trucker, one who brags about himself or his big, fast, shiny truck.
Oh, what a Billy Big Rigger.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
These are obscure.
The cops. Why?
What's a bed bugger?
A bed bugger? Oh, that's an STD for sure. STI. Sorry, they changed the parlance on that one.
Yeah, but if we're answering CB questions,
A bed
you gotta
bugger
go
is a moving company.
Okay. Some of these are just like terms you would never use.
Yeah, where's Rubber Duck? Where's Put the Hammer Down?
Yeah, where's
C.W. McCall Convoy, hit of the 1970s.
Or what was the other one? God damn it. I just watched Smokey and the Bandit. Anyway.
Cash registers, a toll
bunch.
booth, chicken coop or way station.
Got your ears on means that the cops have the sirens on. That's from Smokey and the Bandit.
Nice.
Also, cops are called Smokey in Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah,
It's
but that's
literally in
Smokey
the
Bear.
goddamn title. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Is there any
Smokies and Bears? Smokey
Is there
Bear.
any slang for Smokey the Bear in Trucker?
Cop? Let's call him
Well, it's
a
all
cop.
Smokies and Bears.
My dad? That mommy has a big booty, and that means your mom's there.
Dragon wagon, tow truck. Yeah. An AM/FM radio is an FM.
Ooh.
Oh, here, Alan. Here's the one that's actually just CB.
Okay.
What's 42?
Oh, I used to know. That's funny, but I don't remember.
You got called out in your bullshit.
It's yes or
You
okay.
You lied. The weirdest thing to lie about.
I don't even think you
for
live.
status.
You didn't live in a small town.
I grew up in New York City. I was a Broadway dancer.
It's all a lie.
I wanted Canadian forest cred.
What would be the weirdest? What would be weirder to lie about than CB radio? Like as an adult, you're like, I know CB radio.
I know
But it just doesn't.
Yeah, because it's not something that
Who just
is
impress
gonna
nobody.
yeah, no one's really, really impressive.
I've collected my fair amount of coins. Like, what?
I got a couple of books of stamps.
I just sold coins and stamps this year and financed a trip to Los Angeles with that.
Oh.
You're lying.
Nope, it's a true story.
No deal. This is
All
deal
my
or no
true
deal.
stories are vague and boring.
I like that.
What was the most valuable coin you had?
I had a gold farthing,
And how much was that worth?
about $400.
And what about the most valuable stamp?
What's on that one? What's on gold farthing?
I forget what was on it. It was a British coin, I think. Might have been Canadian. I took him to an appraiser and
Really?
a couple of different appraisers.
I'm going to
Actually,
look up right now.
I used appraisers back and forth to make sure I got the best deal.
Yeah, you got to check a couple because you don't want some guy just to tell you. Yeah, it's
No, it went well, though. Went well.
okay. What about your most valuable stamp?
I don't even know because none of them were worth a tremendous amount.
Okay, so it's just like
So it
in
was just
bulk.
it was all in bulk. I gave it to an appraiser auction house. They sold it in bulk.
And what can you tell us how much your stamp collection fetched
$1,500.
at auction?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And was it a part of a overall stamp auction where other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't my stamp collection. It was inheritance from my father.
Oh, okay.
And it included his stamps, but also his father's stamps. So some of the very first stamps that were ever created.
Wow.
The old like cloth papery ones that were
You know,
like the red penny and the black penny from Great Britain.
if that was
I had to learn a little bit about it.
if that was sort of my history, I would think someday I'll give that to someone else. I'll keep that as a sentimental thing. I'm not gonna sell it off for cash. My father's and grandfather's collection.
No, mine will be to try and pass on as much gross crap to my grandkids as possible, so that they like have to throw it out, or when they try and sell it, the person just arrests them. Just be a bunch of like porn,
Just garbage.
just the most used porn I could find. It's just gross magazines.
That's what you pass down, but you keep it a secret until they go through your your apartment and find it.
There was a guy. I used to live in this house share, and a guy moved out. This was when I moved to England, and I had heard this guy was weird. And then one day I was like cleaning the place up a bit, and then I found this like deacon's bench that was full of porno, and like full, like it was a filing cabinet full of pornography. And there were DVDs.
Oh.
And then there were magazines. And then most troubling of all, he drew his own porn. What? He had, I guess, gotten tired of the DVDs and the magazines and decided to just draw a woman with big boobs, and I'm assuming masturbate.
Did he have any kind of artistic talent?
No.
No, it was just...
I feel like it was tracing...
he put some tracing paper over the porn magazine.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It was like... I will say this. The memory of it is pretty faint at this point because it was like 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, this is the grossest fucking thing I've ever seen. I would have rather found a sex tape.
Was this here or in England?
Wait a minute.
This was in England.
Okay.
He was a guy from New Zealand, though.
The crude cartoons
Yes.
of just the naked form are the grossest thing you've ever seen.
Not cartoons, though, because they weren't like, nice Willie, James. They were like just a picture. Like, you just draw a woman or try and draw a woman and then just jack off. It's like, yes. Which sounds great.
I don't see a problem with this.
Is there a CB code
I think
for
there's
it?
how many
what's
great...
the CB code for that?
Oh, that's crocodile.
There you go. That's the
Yeah.
real meaning.
That's
of
the real
crocodile.
meaning.
Yeah, after a while, crocodile.
Some drawn porn that I found. That's a crocodile.
I had a roommate once who would get magazine pornography, but not the standard like Playboy or Penthouse. He was really into like the disgusting like just, so it was more like an anatomy examination than an actual like tasteful nude.
Spread it out.
Yeah. It was. I was like, oh God, like what possessed you to like want that image?
So, well, it's not normal like Playboy or Penthouse or anything. It was medical anatomical textbooks.
Yeah.
No.
So freaky, so gross.
No, I'm saying
and hand drawings.
Maybe he was a doctor.
discovering the body. So gross.
Here's how you do heart surgery.
I'm not
Josh
saying
is
it was
like, how do you
anatomy.
jack off to this?
No, I'm saying it was like you might as well get a. It was basically more like it was porn magazines, but it was basically like close up of the
What was it called?
the
No one
gross
endorses
stuff.
anything on this show.
Yeah, that's right.
I was the only one being like, Chatter Mobile is a good service provider. And that's what I came out and I said. And you
For
won't-
drug dealers.
Chatter.
You
for
said
drug
it, for
dealers.
drug
But then
dealers.
they have a specific market.
Fair enough.
They'll
Yep.
protect your identity.
Josh, who is your specific market for this podcast?
Yeah.
Shut-ins mostly.
Shut-ins.
Well,
the elder.
it's hard to say. I think it's just sort of we're still at the point where we're just kind of building it, and time-wise, for this summer, it's kind of experiment for the summer. We're 8 to 10 on Tuesdays and Friday nights when most people are gathered around their computer or listening to their phone or in the car.
You think most people are
I'm being
shut in,
facetious.
gathering?
I'm being
Okay,
facetious,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
You sit around the radio on a Friday night.
Yeah, no.
With your best.
You lost me because on Friday night I'm around the CB discussing where we're going fishing tomorrow.
Exactly. A
Back to
fishing
9.
only CB too. It's like CB radio is used for like, you know what I mean? My idea of CB radio is someone committing coded crimes, and it's just people using codes so you don't catch all
Well,
the
we
mackerel.
might have fished over our limit.
Oh, breaking the law. Breaking the law. Oh.
No, we
You
never
all know
did.
the thing
We
you
never
use to
did.
send text? It works for actual mouth talking.
Josh stuff, more Josh stuff, more Josh stuff.
Get in on the conversation. Punch 647-6YO-JOSH to be heard. Talk that rocks. Josh Holiday Live.
Yeah. That's basically just telling you to give us a call if you desire.
And when we answer, are we on? When we answer, you have to say break 9 for Josh Holiday.
I should, instead of having a phone hooked up, I should have hooked up a CB, and we could have.
You know what's fun about? I hope this whole 2 hours is about CBs.
It could be.
You could.
Maybe truckers can listen to
Can I
us.
see? Can I
There's
ask you,
your new demographic.
Yeah.
Can I ask you what your hometown was called again?
Soon arrows.
Sioux Narrows. All right. I'm going to look it up and see if there's a mayor.
Sue Narrows.
All right. There
She
might
was
be
a
now.
lovely lady, Sue Narrows.
I forget what I was going to say.
There must be an app, like, because there used to be an app where you could listen to police scanners, and well, it still exists, but a lot of them have started.
There were no
coding
apps on
it.
CB.
No, but I'm wondering now if there's an app that rebroadcasts like local CBs, so you can kind of tune into the CBs.
Well, no one uses CB anymore. It got replaced by Marine Band.
Is
They
that
do
true?
have a mayor.
Yeah.
Trucks? Oh, who's the mayor?
Who's the mayor of Soon-Arrows?
Norbert Dufresne.
Dufresne?
Norbert. A person named Norbert runs something. Hey, I have to go to my boss, Norbert. That's insane.
Norbert?
Norbert, the total population? 567.
Oh,
and
That's all?
And they have an area code now. No more CB radio. So that's what happens once you hit that elusive 500. Is they give you an area code.
Alan, I thought you said there was 3,000 people.
No, 3,000 in the includes the summer residents, but they don't make the official population numbers.
The population's actually gone down since 2011, so... Ooh.
Like when I was up there, I wouldn't have been on the official population thing.
Yeah, Alan...
I don't count. Summer resident.
That's true. Alan left and the city's gone to fucking shit.
It's gone to hell.
It's gone to shit.
It's time to go back. I haven't been there in a long time.
I'm going to ask this Norbert guy why the population's going down.
Can we call him?
Yeah, please. Can we call him?
Do you have a number on him?
Can we confront Norbert? I'm sure he has a number. Also, I don't know if the mayor of a town of 800 is just on the...
It would be
waiting in his office. At
the area code is what? I forget the area. Don't tell me. Well, give me the first number. 807-226.
807-226.
And I don't know the rest
And then
of the mayor's phone number.
And then you just write CB radio under the keypad.
All the numbers begin with that.
With what?
807-226.
807-226.
Oh, because it's only 226 is the...
No, there'll be 4 numbers after 226. But we don't know what they are.
Oh. Well, that's no good.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, let's just
4.
go through all of them until we get there.
Yeah, there's only like... Statistically, we could do it now because we have 2 hours and it's 567.
What time is it there?
Up in that... where? In where you used to live?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know the time?
Yeah, it's 1 hour behind us, right? So it's not that late.
It's 7:23.
Yeah. Okay. Let's call the Chamber of Commerce.
About 13 miles from the
This is a CB channel.
It reminds me because you'd have to play with the squelch. Oh, he's excited. You would play with the squelch because it would come in all distorted. And it's kind of like playing with a choke on an engine, but you play with the squelch and it was just trying to clear up the sound. And if you were all distorted, it was called going Mickey Mouse. And your voice would be all weird. And so you've gone Mickey Mouse and you play with the squelch or you turn the squelch dial to clear up the sound. But if you're out of range sometimes, you couldn't do it and you'd have to deal. And you always sounded like you're in the original Star Wars doing the trench run or something because everyone's all distorted.
Let's hear if we can get any good info off
I would like it if this came back.
There's one guy on here.
Yeah, see? He's going Mickey Mouse.
This is just pedophiles sharing information. That's all this is.
You have a dark worldview.
Oh, wait, listen to this guy. That one guy sounds like he's all religious or something.
Well, what happens is at night, because for whatever reason, the radio waves, the signal waves travel better at night, which sounds like bullshit. That sounds like a wives' tale, but apparently it's true. So at night, you'd pick up signals from across the lake or across the country, sometimes outside. You'd pick up it would sound a lot like that. And you what did we call it? We called it... noise. I don't remember. So you would turn up the squelch.
Noise.
You would turn up the squelch to try and drown that stuff out. Squelch was a versatile dial.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you wouldn't be mentally stable if you're still using CB radio.
No, this sounds like we're going to the moon. This sounds like Apollo 11.
Well, let's see what they say.
Is this live right now?
That sounds like it's like a bunch of paranormal investigators with one of those boxes.
Was that just some old
he
wave
said
file,
it.
or were you tuning into some sort of signal that's being broadcast?
Well, there's a live stream on like a YouTube live stream, but I think it's a live stream that had happened in the past. I don't think it's live right now.
Is a bunch of flat earthers just being...
Yeah, it'd be cool if it was.
I think
live,
that's
but
going to
no.
be my new hobby. I'm going to go away from here. I'm going to get myself a CB and start listening to CB live streams.
CB
I think you
Live.
should honestly consider becoming a flat earth podcast, Josh.
Yeah.
I think there's a market.
Well, podcasting is all about niche. So if you can find your niche,
And your niche is
flat Earth.
flat earth now.
But I will have to. I will have to become a flat Earth believer if I'm going to.
People don't have to know your...
No, that's what I mean. I would have to, wink, wink.
You just announced that you're not one, so this episode now needs to be
no.
erased.
But that's
We're
the crazy
live.
thing.
Oh no!
Oh no!
There's no chill on a flat earth podcast, though. They're all just...
Intense.
just about one thing you believe, where you're like, I think Oreos are the best cookie. Even that, I think, has more depth than just saying the earth is flat. Because then you're just like, the earth is flat. I'm like, all right. And then that's it
Yeah,
for like hours.
argument over. But yeah, how would you do that? Because there's not really any actual like factual information that you can distribute about the Earth being flat. It's all
I don't know. I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole documentary on how flat earthers think, and I was like, just still. Because they run the same test to prove that the earth is flat, and then it proves the earth is round, and then they're just like, that doesn't count.
Well, there's some guy I think he was going to go up in with balloons in a lawn chair up really, or he's building a rock. He's trying to get up high so he could see the edge of where Earth ends, and the
Yeah. Which is
drops
funny
off.
because he has to use like quantum physics to do that, and he's using the thing that he thinks doesn't work.
to disprove. Yeah, and how would the water stay? Like, why wouldn't the water just spill over the edge? Like,
Because there's like a globe.
No, a giant ice wall, isn't it? That
Ice wall, yeah.
I don't know. Are the flat earthers in agreement over what brand of crazy they're all?
if you're a
I
flat
wish-
earther, give us a call now.
Please, yeah.
6476. Yo,
I don't
Josh.
even want to I don't even want to make fun of them. I just want to like try and understand why.
I just want them to not talk.
What's the worst theory that's come of age in the last like 10 years for you, Alan? But harmless one, like not like how racism's back and doing great. Not how racism's fine again.
Conspiracy or just like weird belief?
Yeah, just weird belief, I suppose. Because like the flat Earth, I would say like that's why is your life that the Earth is flat and that there's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Like
It's a
what?
hard one to top.
Is it just like globe sales? You know what I mean? Like the guy wanted to sell spinny globes. He was tired of selling maps. He's like, the globe's got to spin, baby.
Yeah.
It's round.
Yeah.
I don't know. It spirals into
So
so,
do they have-
many brands of ignorance so quickly. Like
I wonder if-
climate change denying is a big one.
Climate change.
It's not
is bad.
fun, but that's a big one.
Yeah, there's so few of them that are fun. Remember when they were fun and
Yeah, more goofy, like Bat Boy and
Yeah.
tabloidy kind of silly stuff.
or like, oh, everyone's a lizard. Remember that
Lizard
one?
people, that's
Oh,
still,
that one's
that's
true.
still
That
around.
one's- yeah, but that one's true.
Oh, okay, cool. Not one of the right and correct things. I'm sorry. Not the correct, totally is happening thing. Lizard people is hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why do you think Rowdy Piper was killed?
Yeah, he was murdered.
Yeah, because John Carpenter did the
They Live.
They Live movie and cut too close.
It was on the case.
John Carpenter doesn't make movies anymore. Now he's just focusing on his music as an official response. But he's not making movies.
We all know the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
That's
you
why
get
Roddy
those
Piper-
glasses? Can you get those glasses? Not even in the novelty aftermarket.
That's
Go to
actually
Fan
true.
Expo next weekend. There will be no cosplaying Roddy.
Are you going to
Piper.
Fan
That's
Expo?
true.
I'm thinking of it. Yeah, I'm thinking of going.
I was surprised. I was on the subway today, and normally I expect to see people who used to be famous, kind of people who are. This is like their sole source of income is going to different conventions and selling autographed pictures. But the Aquaman guy is there. John Travolta, Mia Farrow. Who else? There's a bunch where I was
Jeff
like,
Goldblum's coming.
Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, these.
But
don't
they're
seem-
big deals now. Like
Yeah.
or not the comic book. Like
Yeah, it's become
just
with
all the
Marvel and all that,
American fad with Marvel movies and summer blockbusters are mainstream now, as opposed to when I grew up. all the
Yeah.
nerd culture was nerd culture that you get beat up for. But now it's taken over. This isn't a big revelation. So the Comic-Cons just spin out of that. Comic-Con in San Diego, which I exhibited it at one year. Yeah, I had a table at it.
Like a mullet one?
Yep.
Cool.
And it was something like 110,000, 140,000 people over 5 days.
Well, the media,
crazy
the media
numbers.
now, it's like a main source for content, walking around there and checking out stuff.
But what's happening at them is they started out as comic book conventions. These ones specific, there's Star Trek, there's Ad Astra, which is science fiction.
Yeah.
There's all these niche conventions, but the Comic Cons, comics in the title, but the comic books are getting pushed out. It's happening at San Diego. It's happening at Fan Expo. It happens at all of them.
Yeah.
And it's a pop culture convention now. I don't know if it's right one way or the other, but they're huge things now.
Yeah, what's like print? It's like the print industry is being pushed out as are, I guess, comic books, as the film and TV.
Yeah.
Well, Disney owns everything, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it just Disney? Well, Disney owns the movie rights to everything, which is all the money.
And Disney has their own convention, D23, where they announce all their projects
Is that
for the next
a
few
new
years.
thing, or that's an ongoing thing?
That's ongoing, been going for a few years.
Oh.
I don't know how many years.
Disney's
maybe many.
another creepy company.
It's
Just
huge.
Right. Oh yeah, man. Disney could be like it could be like Amazon and Disney, and those are like they just have a war. You know what I mean?
I remember when they
Ooh,
didn't Disney buy Miramax at one point, and then it was kind of I'm pretty sure that, unless I'm like hallucinating, but I think they bought Miramax, and that seemed like a big deal at the time because Miramax is kind of an edgy movie brand, and Disney is very family friendly.
Well, Disney edgy in the way it was Weinstein's.
Was that
company.
Miramax or was that
Super
Touchstone
edgy.
Picture? No, that wasn't buying, because Disney launched Touchstone Pictures with Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, but
because they didn't want to, because they
pretty sure
didn't
they-
want to mar the Disney kid-friendly brand with something more sophisticated like Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, very sophisticated. Speaking of cartoon ladies that with big breasts,
Oh yeah, huge guns.
are you going? Are either of you going to go to the X this year? The Canadian National Exhibition.
The X. I mean, I've never been to the
You've
X.
never been there?
I've never wanted to. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, a bunch of rides.
Did you grow up in Toronto?
I didn't.
Where'd you grow up?
Stouffville.
Okay.
Until about 18, and then I just kind of never wanted to go. I don't know. I don't know how to tell you, but I don't know.
I've
Theme
been
parks
once.
never were
I think
like
I've only
that.
ever been once.
Oh, when I was a kid, my parents would take me, like we would go down there all the time and there were rides and stuff, and I have memories. And then there's a period where I didn't go, and then would go like work for a radio station that had stuff going on down there, so was there for that reason. I think it's good to people watch because you see so many different people, like from the carnies to the actual people attending to, and it's all kinds
I
of.
thought you were going to say from the carnies to actual people.
to real normal people of society. But it's kind of a trashy good time. There's the food building where there's at least 100 deep fryers under one roof. Rickety rides, and it's just kind of
My stepbrother always liked the X because he's like, but people die.
Yeah, there's a sense of
rides.
danger.
He's like, it's just like Canada's Wonderland. You're part of a machine. But
Yeah.
he's like, if you want to go to the X, you're like actually taking your life in your own hands.
So what would I do there now? I don't do rides. I stopped doing
I don't
rides
really
as
do-
a kid.
I don't. If there's sometimes I'll do a silly ride if it's a decent haunted house.
Yeah.
If you're on a
that's
date,
not haunted house. That's something different. I'm
you're-
going to every haunted
Yeah.
house. They're haunted houses at the X. I'm all in.
yeah, but not walk-through ones. They're like little carts. And,
Yeah.
there used to be guys who would like. There used to be guys that would like come and touch you, but I think that's sort of in today's society not as accepted.
Yeah.
The guys. With
That could be the scariest ride of them all.
Yeah.
There's a Burton Cummings concert there tonight.
Is that one of the haunted rides?
Is that what we're missing?
Yeah. Burton Cummings tells you how much money he has, and you start weeping.
I don't know. Burton Cummings just starts singing. That's the scariest ride.
But if you go there now, it's just fun to walk around. I find it's like a good place for a date because there's lots to kind of see and do and joke about. And if you do go on a ride, you know, it's sort of scary. And
Yeah, you can fuck them afterwards. Yeah.
what?
What? Oh,
That makes me
that's part of the.
uncomfortable.
That's the part of the date.
That doesn't happen for me.
No, that's what you do.
I think you need to step it back and maybe just
You go-
one step at a time.
You
Start
go-
with the cartoon drawings, get comfortable with them, learn how to treat them respectfully.
No, you go. I paid for this, and then you start crying if they don't kiss you. That's the
What?
X.
Is that?
That's the X. That should be the commercial. And then you buy just you eat so much deep fried stuff. Like that seems to be the lure of the X. Is like, ooh, we deep fried a
Well, it's
a goat. All right.
It's definitely a food thing. Like, what are some of the foods this year? I had a list of them. Let me see if it's here. The one that I keep seeing pictures of, which doesn't really seem like that it would taste any different, but a rainbow grilled cheese, which basically just probably dyed cheeses and you pull it apart as a rainbow.
That's nice.
Um,
But I mean, they're not gonna, foie gras or whatever.
foie gras.
What was
Yeah.
that?
Oh, so you're not going to find. Yeah, you're not going to find.
It would be nice to have one super expensive food at the X.
Well, was it the Royal Winter Fair or was it the X that used to have an elaborate food market where it would be an opportunity for people to have more exotic foods than they're getting year round?
Probably
from all over the world.
That
Probably
sounds-
the fair, I would think.
Yeah, because the X is the new thing every year is like they'll have like a cheeseburger that is deep fried. Do you know what I mean? Like a burger that's deep fried.
Well, here's
in,
some
like,
of the
chicken
stuff.
skin
Here's
or
some of the
something.
stuff this year. Wasabi spice cream from it's basically wasabi ice cream.
Not sorry to interrupt, but did anyone hear about the friggin' mustard ice cream and the hot dog
Ew.
ice cream sandwich?
No,
No,
where's that
tell
from?
me now.
French's mustard has mustard flavored.
Don't hit
ice
that
cream.
table. It's making weird noises.
I'm standing naked
Making a
and I'm
point.
yelling about the ice cream. They have French's mustard has mustard flavored ice cream,
French's mustard.
and then oh my god, Oscar Mayer Wiener has like the ice cream sandwiches, but they're flavored like hot dogs for some reason. It's the
that's
most
not good at
disgusting
all.
thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Josh, you've had so much product placement in this podcast.
I know.
You're going to get
I
so
should
many
start getting
phone calls at
sponsors.
the end of this with all these sponsors calling up that
Call
you're
Chatter
gonna pay
Mobile.
you money.
Order your Oscar Mayer Wiener ice cream sandwiches, and then
That's how it works. That's what I always say with Mullet. You just have to mention the product and their sponsor,
They'll
and
send
they owe
free
you.
stuff. Yeah,
Are you
we
serious?
mentioned you. Yeah, so mention good
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, sweet. Porsches.
Porsche.
Tons of Porsches.
Pickles on pizza. That's at the X.
Wait. Porsches to
just
pickles
like a-
on pizza?
It's like a drunk guy that just made a menu.
I got dumb something.
Yeah. Chicken fingers I left on the grass so they're not thawed. They're thawed. I didn't microwave them, but you can fucking
What
eat
about something vegetarian? I'm trying
anything
vegetarian.
vegetarian here. No,
Yeah.
bacon churro pop is not vegetarian.
them. No, bacon
no.
churro is.
Mushroom coffee.
What the hell is that?
I don't really like the flavor of mushroom. Faux fries, just basically faux on fries instead of noodles.
What?
Wait
a minute. What?
Spicy peanut butter cookie dough bacon burger.
No, not FAUX fries.
No, I mean faux
PHO.
PHO. Yeah, faux fries. I don't understand.
Basically, all the
So
ingredients.
wait, you get the broth.
Fry soup.
all the.
This is just like a fucking. This is like a
I
dad
don't
that
think they
doesn't pay
put-
child
yeah.
support.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Whatever's in
there's
the
fries
fridge.
and some broth. Just eat it and don't tell your mom.
Yeah, I think they. I don't think there's the soup either. I think it's just fries instead of noodles and everything else on top.
I feel like sometimes the X hits on stuff like, oh, that's cool, and then other times it's
Pickles
just
on
like,
pizza.
Yeah, why not?
But that doesn't
Shut
seem
up,
that
eat it.
exotic. It
That
seems
seems
like
good.
because you can get pierogi pizza. Some places have and potato pizza, and there's all kinds of. I think everyone's thought of stuff to put on pizza already. That's sort of everything's been done. I think.
Yeah, everything they say everything's been done in pizza, but now Pizza Hut, blah blah blah. But the
stuffed
hot dog,
crust?
stuffed
Yeah.
up with the hot dog in it.
Oh, that's right. They had little mini wieners. Pig in a blanket crust.
It's like, why not?
Do
Kill
they
yourself.
have? I wonder if they have. Like, are these ideas for Pizza Hut? Are they ideas from guys that are doing other things at the company, or do they have guys specifically to think of pizza innovations? Like as a full-time date, like you go in all day, you're trying to, what's the next thing for pizza?
I think they more so do, like, to get real. I think they do it just because, like, they want people to pay attention sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Just roll it out to be like, hot dogs in the crust. No one's going to buy it, but they'll be reminded about Pizza Hut.
But I think people will buy it for the novelty. Like
I mean, someone will, like, ironically buy it, take a bite, and be like, who am I? And then just, like, go back to college. Like, what
I think
my life?
so it's saving.
I think there's a real life version of Pizza Big out there.
What's that?
Instead of Tom Hanks working at a toy company, making up toys. I don't know why it has to be Tom Hanks in a fictional
Keep
movie,
going.
but
Keep going.
okay. So it's a fictional universe, and there's a 13-year-old boy in the body of Tom Hanks. Now he works at a toy company designing toys, all of that, but making wieners and pizza crust.
He comes up with different pizza ideas.
That's where pickles on a pizza all comes from.
This
Some
kid
13-year-old out there
in a man's body.
In a man's body.
Huh. I feel like pizza. Kids aren't super creative with pizza. They're more like, oh, I just want a cheese pizza. Like they don't want crazy stuff on there.
So it's a woman in a woman's body.
Maybe it's
ahead of her time.
Maybe it's like a
creative genius.
Maybe it's a guy who doesn't. He just sits at home a lot and orders pizza, and he gets bored of it because he's eating it every day.
It's a man trapped in a 13-year-old's body.
A man with a dead 13-year-old's body.
Yeah. I'm tired of cheese pizza. There's more than pepperoni. I want pickles on pizza, Mom. I'm 47. I don't want to do my math homework.
This is weird. A guy was in a taco eating contest at a baseball game, and he ended up dying, which is sort of unfortunate.
Why? How? Unrelated. He was hit by a car.
Someone shot him.
It says he collapsed. He collapsed after the contest, examined by paramedics, and died in hospital. They don't really say what the actual reason was. Like maybe it was just coincidental. He ate all those tacos and then had like a heart attack for some other thing.
Yeah, that's not coincidental. That's called causality.
No, but right away the tacos aren't going to. If you've built up heart disease for a long time, I don't think all of a sudden the tacos are going to.
Depends how many toppings you put on them.
It's probably not good to like eat a ton of tacos when you have heart disease, though.
That's true. Yeah.
Wait, I wasn't listening. He had pre-existing heart disease.
No, we don't know that. We're just speculating on. They're not saying how he died, so we're speculating that it may not have had anything to do with the tacos.
I don't have the facts to back this up, but I think people have died at all-you-can-eat contests before. So is it a pre-existing condition that it pre-exists? What am I saying? I'm having a stroke.
Well, they've all had multiple heart attacks.
Josh, I've been eating too many of these hot dog crusts.
We had a giant hot dog crust pizza right before the show.
Oh, yeah.
I had 7. An experiment.
You wonder where, like, even thinking about that, like, the cheese is low-rent cheese, and then the hot dogs, like, what? Where are they sourcing those hot dogs from to put in the crust?
Okay, I've got it clear now. So, someone dies after an all-you-can-eat contest, which happens, I think, more than this one isolated incident. Is it because they're eating so much that they die, or is it the pre-existing condition is contributing to it and then it puts them over the edge? And someone with that pre-existing condition, are they more likely to join an all-you-can-eat contest?
Ooh. Well, I would say, I know in a lot of these all-you-can-eat contests, a lot of times it's like really big, heavy guys, so maybe their lifestyle and being in these all-you-can-eat contests has contributed to their health issues that may.
I want to see a movie about that starring Mickey Rourke.
Yeah,
the all-you-can-eater.
Like it would be like a sequel to The Wrestler.
Yeah,
all you can eat.
Yeah, very grizzled guy who's just working on the weekends to be like, I'm just doing this to make it big time.
But then you get the weirdos, the thin, like the Black Widow, the Asian lady who's tiny, and she was winning all those all-you-can-eat contests. So I don't think you need to be a big fat guy.
I used to do all-you-can-eat.
Oh, seriously?
Oh,
over
yeah.
CB radio in your weird town. Did you do all you can eat?
Not a contest.
Oh, just do it.
Except
just
for honor with my friends. No, ribs. I had. Yes, in Sioux Narrows at White Birch Lodge.
But okay,
they used to have all you can eat ribs, and I had
How much
9
did
racks
That's
of
insane.
9 racks of ribs.
That sounds great.
And a
So-
breast of chicken.
Was it a pleasurable experience, or was it just like, oh, I'm going to show them for making it all you can eat? I'm going to eat all the ribs.
It was a pleasurable experience, except for a couple times in the Mandarin where I had to go throw up before I could continue.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very fun.
I wanted dessert. You can't end on the
So you went-
taste of
You're a
puke.
bulimic. You're a bulimic just for the taste. That's good. Yeah, I had a friend staying in high school who ate like 70 wings one time, and we just called him a fucking disgusting pig.
Was it all you can eat?
Nope. We paid
One
for the
time,
wings.
friends and I went to Restaurant Marché here in Toronto.
Yeah, Marché.
And
Finally, a goddamn plug.
I had to wait
Go
for
to
one
Marché.
that counts. We went to all you can eat dessert. It was just dessert.
At Marché,
it was like,
they had all you can eat dessert.
it was like $9.99 or something like this to go to all you can eat dessert.
They're calling you on your bullshit. It's like, do you want 2 ice creams? Okay, you're gonna get diabetes. Like,
We stayed there for over 3 hours. It got to the point where we were going up every half hour. There was this massive glass cauldron of a bowl with raspberry mousse in it, and we were plotting. We could chart our way through it. We could see our progress as we were eating our way through this entire bowl. And then at the
sounds
very
right.
end, it was amazing.
you
And at
allowed-
the end of it, I ordered shrimp.
that sounds awful.
Were you allowed to?
Didn't want diabetes.
Were you allowed to get crepes? Because I know when at Marché, that's one of their big dessert things. But that feels like those people would be like working like crazy to make crepes for everybody.
We didn't have any crepes, so I don't think it was part of. It
was
wasn't
just
part of the
whatever's on the
dinner
shelf
buffet.
or
It was a
whatever.
specific dessert.
Okay.
Yeah, all the pre-made things right there.
Okay.
They weren't happy with us. They're not
Oh,
going to
really?
be happy to be our sponsor now.
It's
But
like-
too bad I said your name.
It's like a casino where now they have your picture by the cash and they don't allow you in because you've won too much.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so. Right.
Marché, go to Marché. Unlimited dessert.
Go because I can't.
I've gone there a bunch of times and I've never seen an unlimited anything.
I guess they never did it again after that.
Yeah,
day.
you
Yeah,
ruined
I
it for
broke it.
everybody.
You
Well-
fucked everyone over.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Well,
If-
you're too bad. It was worth it. No regrets.
No regrets.
Josh Holiday Live is in your ear. You got something to say? Call 647-6YO-JOSH now.
For those who have been following Josh, Josh is available
On Twitter at Josh Holiday and visit joshholidaylive.com.
What's the number? Oh, we're not back.
Oh, it's on the
6476. Yo, Josh is the
I think
telephone number to call.
I think we need to
Or
show
you can
people how it's done.
If you can spell it out, it's 647-696-5674.
Wait, you said if you can spell it out, that's all numbers.
No, it's all right. If
if
You
you
can
want to
ask us-
spell it out, it's
if
696.
you want to unspell it out,
You can ask about Chatter Mobile. You can ask about Freedom Mobile.
Marché,
You can ask
CB
about
Talk,
What is
CB
it?
Talk.
69656.
74.
All right, I'm going to call in.
All right, let's see. Well, maybe it's, we'll get a chance to see if it's actually working. Where's my phone even? Let's see. Oh, it sounds like you're on the line.
You're calling about, then press the pound key.
Alan, I want to talk to Alan.
Thank you. Have a listen to the show while waiting. A beeping noise will let you know when you're live on air with Josh.
They're putting you on hold.
I'm on hold. There's a big waiting list.
Oh, now you're going to get the feedback loop.
Yeah.
I better
You're on
put
the line, buddy.
better
You got to
put
get
you
into
on
the
air.
other room.
Why? I like it. This is like Skinny Puppy.
Oh, here you are.
All right. Hello.
Oh, hi. Who's this?
Hello. Hello.
Here, let me turn your mic down. Hi, who's this?
This is Alan.
Hang on.
Sounds like Philip Glass. This could be good. This could be good. This could be good. This could be good. Please, thank you. It could be very fresh and clean. All right, I'll go in the other room.
Okay.
Say good stuff.
Live on the phone is Alan from the other room.
Alan, can you tell me where you grew up?
Yeah, I grew up in Winnipeg.
Oh, you grew up
did?
in Winnipeg. Okay. You didn't grow up in Sioux Narrows?
Yeah.
Well,
you
I
caught
went
him
to
in a
Student Arrows
lie.
every summer. But if you're not there in the wintertime, not going to school, you can't call yourself a local.
This man is this is a prank call.
Yeah. We should hang up.
Seems like a prank call by a pervert.
Is your refrigerator running?
I'm going to hang up on this caller.
I remember prank calls being very fun.
You don't remember them being fun?
I do remember them being fun.
Oh, yeah.
But I was so bad at them.
Calls.
I'd always be like, hey, is Doug there? And he'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, this is Doug.
Okay, well, I'm your dad.
I remember calling our friend's dad after we moved to a new neighborhood. Like me and some other kids called him because I knew the number. And we were talking all sex stuff, but he just kind of humored us. So, and I think back in retrospect, and he was probably just like, "Oh, stupid kid.
These fucking loser,
fucking loser."
Well, I mean, it's so obvious it's a prank call usually because like, ass. There's a really good compilation of prank calls on YouTube where it's just people going, "Am I on the air?" And like, yeah, he goes, "Fuck." It's just people swearing. There's no attempt at like convincing there's someone else. It's just like, you're alive with whatever channel. Fuck, shit, fuck. Just cut them off.
I prank called. Oh, I'm back on.
C-SPAN prank calls are very funny.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because, well, I mean, it's just like, does anyone want to talk to the Minister of Defense for Germany? Blowjobs. And then they're like, all right, well, that's a bad call.
I prank called CBC.
Seriously,
when
how
I was
was
a kid. It was the gardening show.
Okay, well, that's
Radio 1.
Prime stuff, man.
And
was it still? I know now they have on Ontario Today. They have Ed Lawrence. You're like, well, you want to put that plant outside.
No, it was a younger guy.
Well, it was probably him when he was young.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, that's not a job you give up.
No.
We got a lot of turnover in the gardening ad. Get the fuck out.
But I called in and they were talking about how to get rid of bees or wasps around your garden.
Okay,
and I pretended to be an old lady.
Yes.
And I talked to them for a while. And finally we got around. They were like, okay. But how do you get rid of wasps? And I said, I just put gasoline all over it. And they got very nervous. And they're like, oh, that's terrible advice to put out over the radio. That sounds very dangerous. And they hung up.
Oh.
Crazy old lady telling them
Crazy
to torch
old
their
lady.
gardens.
That's good stuff. That's a wholesome prank call.
Well, I would like to say it wasn't even pranking because that is how you get rid of bees.
Is it?
You just
Gasoline?
just pour gasoline right over the the wasp nest.
You pour it all over the nest, and then
then
get
you
your lighter
run.
out.
And then you run.
You get your lighter out and set it on fire.
Yeah.
Shoot 'em with a gun.
Thank you, Josh Holiday Live, the podcast, for not hanging up on my sincere advice.
Let's
to
call
pour gasoline.
Who can we call it? Just to do you know if someone we can prank call? Just for fun.
You want to do a prank call now?
I don't know.
Oh, sick.
Let's
It's 2019. Why not?
let's
No one
What
will
a prank
know.
call now. What if we? Oh my god, who? I want to do a live show. Like I want to see who's on like the cable access right now.
Josh
right now.
Holiday
I don't have a
Live
TV.
is
Yeah,
on
but let's
live.
call.
Rogers. I want to do Rogers cable access show.
They don't.
Does that exist anymore?
They
Think so?
I think as soon as they got rid of the obligation for them to do it, they
Okay. Oh, yeah, they just stopped that?
And it's like, oh, we're not going to spend money on that. Let's try this. Hello.
Thank you for calling Pizza Pizza. It's our pleasure to take your order. Remember, you can also order online at pizzapizza.ca or by downloading the Pizza Pizza.
The hitch in that is I can't press any number, like dial one. I don't know.
Immediately thwarted.
Yeah.
But
That
if you
is
just
good
stayed
stuff.
on the line, it would eventually default to
go to
zero.
operator?
It would go to
Oh,
operator.
I didn't even think of
Then we could just go full.
Okay, how about we just call someone's house?
Do you know what? Like just random number?
Yeah.
I don't. But then I think the issue with that is,
Oh my god. All right, well then let's call a business in Texas.
and Yeah, what's the area? Look at an area code. Look up some number in Texas
Dylan,
or
you looked up
California
area
or
codes
something.
before. You're
Well,
the
that's
area
true.
code.
I'm
Not just an
guy.
area code, but
We're a crack team. Dylan, you're our area code guy.
look up a business that might be open. Like
Josh, your
maybe
new
a-
name is Numbers.
Maybe a variety store, or a grocery store, or
Yeah. All right, Numbers.
a
'Cause
pub.
You dial the numbers.
Numbers Holiday here.
Except after they've answered, then you can't dial any more numbers.
Dylan's looking up numbers.
Done. Okay.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
Oh, don't say. Hang on. Write it down on the paper there because we don't want to give someone's number out.
What number are we? We're calling a random number?
No.
Oh, this isn't someone's number. This is a business's number.
Yeah, business.
Right.
Okay. What type of business is it?
I don't want to tell
Okay,
you.
don't
I
tell
just
me.
want you to.
All right.
I mean, actually,
Where is it located?
this is in Texas.
Somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, you have unlimited international callers?
This
It
guy
must be with Chatter Mobile.
Just call any number. Just never mention you got the card from here. That's Chatter Mobile.
What's the last seven? Okay, let's try this. See what happens.
This is big.
This is huge. What's gonna happen?
We're the Jerky Boys.
Is it gonna ring? It says calling. Maybe they're not answering.
It might be rush. It might be rush time. It was a Burger King.
Oh,
I don't know what other businesses.
Let's
Because I
call
imagine
Rush.
it would be
Let's
a
call Rush.
teenager, and they'd be like,
well, maybe it's out of service. It sounded like there was an out of service lady on there.
"It's an old ass Burger King."
You got me excited when you said it was Rush. Let's call Getty Lee.
It's called Geddy Lee.
Don't tap on your thing. Do you have Getty Lee's number?
Done.
Done. Getty Lee.
I'm just gonna write down this number. This is Geddy Lee's number.
He's writing a number.
I want the record to show that I'm not the one doing the tapping.
I just want to see
647.
who has that number.
I think you probably know who has that number. Whose number is that?
I have no idea. I just wrote down the sickest number I could think of.
Why is that? I don't understand. I understand the 666 thing, but what's the other significance?
420 and then the 9 because there's no 4 numbers.
Oh, so there's the devil and smoking.
Well, I guess it'd be
weed
like
and then a 9.
I guess the most badass number would be 666-5150.
Oh, because of Rush,
Van Halen.
Van Halen. Oh, jeez, I blew it.
So that's sick.
Yeah.
That's the sickest number.
What other
probably.
phone numbers would be cool? What would be a cool phone
This
number?
is an amazing episode.
This is the end of the earth.
So we've gone from CB
to phone
to prank phone calls. We're working our way
This
up
is
to
what
the
happens
internet.
when you walk off the flat earth. This conversation. Which phone numbers are
You end up in the void. But you can like
So phones come in, and now we're pranking.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
wouldn't
so
it be
funny.
cool if we could get an answering machine and we can make custom answering machine, joke answering machine
would
message?
be good though.
That'd be a good invention.
what? I don't understand. What's the
So
concept?
if you call me,
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
a joke answer machine, and then
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
if it's you could press 1 to. Actually, I did this. I paid extra so I could have an answering machine with all the multiple 1, 2, 3 options.
Oh, yeah?
And I programmed it to, and I wrote a little script, and I had music playing on the background. I had a CD on in the background. It was all lo-fi and timed, and I made an answering machine message as though you were calling into Jurassic Park.
That's great.
And then it was 1 for customer service or the park gate, and 2 for the science lab, and 3 was a daily dino fact, and every day I changed the dino fact.
that's a lot of work.
It was a very labor-intensive answering machine message, and nobody ever called.
No, well,
Yeah,
that's
no
weird.
one leaves messages.
That's weird
Well,
too.
no one called me.
And when people are calling, you probably don't bother answering the phone because you've gone through so much trouble
That's
to
true.
actually
That's
make
right.
that message.
And then to try and phone in and listen to my messages to see if I had missed anyone, I had to
You
call
had to go through that
4
whole thing.
different times to see if it was in
all for all the different
mailboxes.
Oh, that's not good.
It was short-lived. Well, actually, it was long-lived. I was dedicated. It should have been short-lived.
Silly answering machines are a thing that it's never going to happen again. Like it's
It
never
was a novelty at one point. Like I did the one where it's like you would get on this would happen. You pick up the phone. And you're like, oh, hang on. Hello? And then you leave the music playing a little bit because on the digital machines, if there's a space, it just gets rid of it. So you have to have a little bit of music playing. You're like, hello? Hello? And they're trying to talk.
Did that one?
Oh, they're trying to talk
That's
to
an
you.
old, yeah. So
that's fun. I only was like, you have reached dick sucker. That's my answer.
I'm not sure I want to ask, but so I've described my fun times on CB and telephone answering machines.
Okay.
What early? I don't know how old you are, but
I'm 33. So like, what pre-internet? Oh, going into chat rooms.
Okay.
Did you have ICQ?
Going into chat rooms.
Yeah,
No, I
did
had
more
Yahoo.
ask.
I had Yahoo Messenger. I would go into chat rooms. Me and my friends would, and we would just be jerks all night. It was all night. We go into political chat rooms and just try and attempt to have cyber sex with people until they kicked us out of those chat rooms.
You and a friend did this as a team?
Well, we would just go into it would be like a chat room about like the recent bombing of Kosovo. And then we'd be like, I'm a 23-year-old girl who's super busty. Does anyone want to bang? And then we just get all these messages from guys trying to have cyber sex. When seconds earlier they were talking about like the socio-political, the climate now that the U.S. has done another bombing and even with their first liberal president and how long or whatever. And that was it. I would do that for hours.
That reminds me of my very
Friday
first
night.
experience on the internet.
Of course, everyone did that. Yeah.
It would have been 1994, my first time going online. I didn't have a computer with internet access. It was at university, and we went into the computer lab. You had to sign in, so it's big room, cafeteria style, lawn tables, computer stations, and I went home with a buddy, and we got different computers, and our plan was, okay, we're going to go on to the internet, the World Wide Web for the first time. And so as one of our crazy plans, we were going to go on from 7, and we did. We went on from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. We did 12 hours uninterrupted.
What did you do for 12 hours on the internet in 1994?
Exactly, because this is back.
Was it just loading up one image of boobs?
Well, I went on. I'd heard that the internet was scandalous and all these things, and that you could find porn really quickly, and that blew my mind. I was thinking, no, it can't be that easy. And so, within the first 5 minutes, proved that, it is that easy. And then ended up in these chat rooms, like you say, and was a jerk. That was my first 12 hours.
Because it's so fun
because
you're just not, you were so anonymous. I remember i1.com. And i1.com was around in like the late 90s, and they tried to get their site off the ground just by giving away money every day.
Oh, wow.
It was the dumbest idea.
Free money.
i1.com, and then you didn't have to sign up or anything. There was no email. You just enter your name, and now you're in this chat room.
Oh.
And we would just be jerks for hours. For hours. I mean, because, like, whatever. I only play a video game so long, and I certainly was not going outside.
I don't think the internet has changed. I think that is the internet. Just go online and be jerks for hours and hours.
Yeah, but your name is associated with it.
It's hard to be anonymous now. Like there still are like commenters on YouTube and people who troll different forums, but not so much in the chat rooms, I don't think.
You can still figure out who someone is.
Yeah.
Because there's all those videos of like guy leaves shitty comment on Twitter, and then he has no information. His picture is just an egg, but you can still find out who he is through like back searching his email and like all this other stuff. But back then it was just like you would have had to like isolate my username and then immediately trace my IP address. And I didn't ever have a good computer. Like all my friends had good computers. But like that was the internet. I don't know. The internet is in some ways very much peaked in 1999.
Well, this is reminding me. Have you seen that
all.
documentary about Barry Crimmins, Call Me Lucky? Bobcat
Yes.
Goldthwait? Yeah. So all the chat room and being able to be anonymous and on the extremely dark side of that.
Yeah.
And all the work that he did to expose the pedophile rings and everything. So some of that not being able to be anonymous anymore is good.
Yeah, of course. No, I mean just peaked in 1999 because it wasn't like what it is now, where it's ruining everything. Maybe I don't know.
It used to be just good old. It used to be good old fashioned fun.
Yeah. I'm more speaking to my experience in 1999.
Right.
No social media, like the internet. What I use now, it's all encompassing. Like I do everything on there.
Yeah.
In 1999,
What do you do
was
on
like,
the internet now?
I mean, just social networking. Big networking guy. Watching videos. Just looking up
information,
stuff, reading it constantly.
I'm not being snide because I'm trying to figure out how to launch a YouTube channel. Well, it's already soft launched; it exists, and I'm not uploading regularly as I wrap.
Plug it. Give it a plug.
Me Mullet, because
Nice.
I'm most known as my alter ego, the zombie clown Jean-Paul Mullet, who I've been playing for 20 years now.
Is this still is it still on YouTube where you need a certain number of subscribers before you can get your own kind of handle thing?
No, I have my own handle.
Okay.
It is youtube.com/memullet. But you have to have a certain number of subscribers and watched minutes before you can monetize.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the same, except it's different in that YouTube is up to all
They just raised it, and a lot of people were mad, right?
It's very, very difficult to make any money with it now. I'm not going to come out on either side of that argument because I don't know. But the argument on YouTube's side, as I understand it, is they want to reward creators who are producing content regularly versus the one-hit wonders.
Oh, I see. I guess, but if you're still bringing viewers to YouTube and advertising, I don't know.
It makes it difficult.
Yeah,
but
well, I mean, yeah, whatever.
So and I'll be shooting. That's why I'm going to Fan Expo. I'll be going as Mullet, and I'll shoot an episode there.
Nice.
So that's why I ask online. Do you know more about this kind of stuff? Like, do you watch YouTube a lot?
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm a CB guy, so bring me up to speed.
I have no idea how to be big
launch
on YouTube. I have no idea.
You should
be a teen. Be a teen. Put some explode. Like,
ask teens know all this.
Your next
stuff.
video should be like you holding a puppy, and then I don't know. You need to hire like a
Where
beautiful
could I find
woman.
a puppy?
Oh, I have a puppy
That's
for
good.
rent. You should make
top 10 cutest puppy tricks, and then it's just you doing clown.
But it's a lot of the YouTube. It is basically just people explaining little dopey things, and I think that's a generational thing where there's kids who are the same age who are excited about watching people talk about their lives, and same thing with Twitch. Like there's people who just walk around doing really boring shit, and people will there's a little stream of people who can donate like a couple bucks here and there, and people are trying to make money off of that. It's just a very strange.
Yeah, you just do it. I don't know how you get to the top.
No.
Of any of these things.
I don't worry about that so much. The
Twitch
ethical thing that tortures me, that I get sort of all spiral into thinking about is, okay, on the one hand, I'm creating stuff that I want to create. It's my character. I'm the writer, the editor, and I don't have to answer to advertisers or a network. So there's a lot of creative freedom. So it's less commercial art and more art in theory. And that can be very fulfilling. Never mind if anyone's going to watch it. But on the other hand, but more so as Mullet, thinking about an optimistic outlook, or at least still finding some sense of awe and curiosity in things. And I would never want to do anti-intellectualism, even though he's a brain dead zombie clown. It's about bettering yourself. So it's not so much an educational channel, but there's certain values that I can instill that make it worthwhile, if I want to think about it that way. But on the other hand, by the nature of being on YouTube, is it encouraging the culture of people just looking at their phones all the time instead of connecting with each other or the real world or going to a museum? And am I contributing to something that I'm not wholly on board with, but even if I'm doing good work on that thing? Does that make sense?
I mean, I think it's taken over now. I don't think
It's just the medium, really.
But I'm a tortured artist. I struggle. I think about these things.
Like, I just watched my
I have
niece.
too much time to myself.
Before I came here, I was with my niece, and she was just watching a dude. He set up a slide going into his pool, and then he was putting people in a canoe, and they were hurting themselves.
Oh.
Now, isn't that just Jackass?
But well, there's a lot.
It was just Jackass
America's
with
funniest home videos.
Yeah, it was just Jackass with more attractive people. Which is just be like the key to being, if you want to get good online, this is very important. Everyone who here listen is be hot. And if you're not hot, get hot. That's going to be my autobiography.
Good. Yeah. Be young and hot.
Yeah. Be young.
Alan, can you do that?
Alan, I hate to tell you this, but you're going to have to turn back the clock a fair bit. We're going to have to do some experimental plastic surgery.
No problem. I think you were mentioning earlier, I think it was off mic when you said you're bringing Back to the Future. So,
exactly.
You can go back.
I'll just piggyback on your plan to go back in time.
Doing a Back to the Future remake, but he fucks his mom. That's the only thing I changed.
It's a much shorter movie. But
he fucks his mom, and then that's
for
sick.
him.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's the
I'm
whole.
my own
that's
dad.
my whole pitch.
Yes, you are. Go do it again.
I want to get really successful in comedy. That's my whole plan. Just to get one meeting and pitch that, and then they force me out of comedy. As a whole.
So we've never met before, Dylan.
We've
I
never
know
met
Josh.
before.
Yeah.
And I know are you stand up?
I do stand up. Yes.
You do stand up. Are you a stand up?
He has an album.
Is there a distinction?
What's your album called?
2 albums.
2? I have one of them.
See, I should have known this.
It's called Thank You, I Farted, and then More Farting. And then there's a third one coming out. If I like the...
More and more farting.
How... No, I'm going to step away from farting.
Oh, I'm out.
Because this is the only one where I actually have a joke about farting on it, so... Then it's kind of like
so
double.
the other ones didn't.
I think I'm going to... I don't know.
Where can I find your albums?
They're on Bandcamp, but they're $1,000 each. Because I figure no one knows who I am. So if one person buys it, awesome.
I see.
So for 2 weeks, you can get them for a normal album price when I release it, but then it goes right up to $1,000. And also, if you're thinking, I'll just buy each of the tracks off Bandcamp, and then because it'll be $1 each, they are each $1,000. So if you want to buy one track, it's $1,000, or the whole album is $1,000. And I recorded each a couple years ago.
I went from wanting to listen to your albums to
being angry.
Are one of them on iTunes? No, I don't think
I'm
so.
I'm trying to find on YouTube some. Is there a good YouTube?
You're performing around town. You were in England for 3 years doing stand up over there?
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, England is great. England's great for comedy, but living there, everything's moldy. Like you cannot dry a shirt. That's not a thing that happens. You have to. There's no dryers, so you just wash your shirt and then you hang it up, and then it just smells like mold.
I remember
that's your life, and that's your life.
I remember when I was young, we went on a family trip, and the place we stayed at, I think it was more of like a bed and breakfast, but there was no water pressure at all. It was just kind of like dripping out, and it just felt like a lot of the stuff didn't really feel up to date.
I do genuinely feel like when everyone talks about how we need to make changes, so climate change isn't terrible. Oh, please don't play my stand.
That's costing you $1,000.
That's $1,000. Yeah.
Wait, are you a sponsor now? Your stand-up album is a sponsor to Josh Holiday.
Exactly.
Live,
yes.
So
that one's called Too High on the Bus.
Title sponsor.
You don't want to listen to Too High on the Bus?
No, Josh will pay me. I will give Josh $500 for every sale of my album I get.
$500 for every sale from the show.
We'll split the $1,000.
You don't want me to play this one, this Too High in the
Bus?
I don't. Okay, I won't do that.
Listening to my own I've really thought about it. There was one guy, I will leave his name out of it because it's rude what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So everyone, put your rude hats on. He can watch himself with a group of people, and I think he'll kill someone someday because of that. Like, I think if you just watch your own stuff.
With a group of people,
he
or
was trying
alone?
He was trying to sleep with this girl, and then he brought her back to his place, and then he just watched himself do stand up.
Oh, that's a little weird.
Yeah, that got real weird real fast.
And then she was like, "Okay, cool. I've seen Psycho. I'm out of here."
Yeah, I can see inviting her to see you perform live, but
I mean, then
sitting
it's like
with her
okay,
as she watches you is like
perform live is fine because that's like work, and then it's at night anyway, and you can just hang out afterwards. But I mean, I'm always weird about seeing people perform live because it's like not who I am, really.
But sometimes it's an extension of you a little bit, no?
Oh, yeah. But just the first time, like, someone sees me, I'm just talking about, like, taking a big shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, hey, it's really nice to meet you, and hopefully this goes somewhere, and I do enjoy having a partner, so I'd love to move in together, pardon me. I took a huge dump in Burger King. They kicked me out, but then I fucking took another shit in the parking lot. Good night, everybody. Like, that's not a way to meet someone.
Well, I would say about this, doing this live thing, this podcast thing, is if... It's basically a do not date me show. Everything that comes out of like all the bad stuff. It's like don't listen because
that's sad.
You'll dislike me.
Well, here's your chance
We
to
should do
turn
that
around.
That's true. Yeah, this should be super extra date Josh podcast.
We're going from CB to the invention of answering machines through prank calls to now
traveling through time.
Josh's maturation into a dateable hot commodity.
My theory is if you get 3 white men in a room, they will eventually talk about what they did on the internet before Facebook. That's my theory.
Is that your theory?
Yeah.
It happened.
For more than an hour, it's just like, what did we do back then? But yeah, all right.
What's your story now? Are you dating? You got a woman? You got a kid? What's going on?
I have a wife.
A what? You're married?
I'm married with a wife. It's wonderful.
How long have you been married?
2 years, but we've been together 10 years, so it's
wow, that's a lot. So did
not a real marriage?
Came to England and everything.
Yes, and then we were going to get married to have a visa, and then we're both dumb, so we didn't look up how the visa cost, and we were like, "Whoa, fuck that!" And then we're just married now.
So wait, she's British?
No, she's Canadian.
Oh.
But we're going to get a visa, ancestry visa, which you can only stay if you're married to the other person.
Ancestry. Hang on, though. I'm confused here.
None of you are
Scottish.
Oh, you're Scottish?
Yes, I'm Scottish heritage, so I can stay in the United Kingdom via an ancestry visa.
Okay.
And then she came over there. She didn't really like it. I was about done with it, living in England. So we moved back to Canada. And the whole thing was we got married to basically get this visa and then just never got the visa.
Oh, never followed through.
Yeah. Good times.
Is she a comedian as well?
She is not, no.
Oh, so how
she works in daycares.
Okay.
YOLO.
You should know.
Yeah, I think
that was.
Oh, she does a bunch of shit. It's not important. I'm the star. That's what happens. I took her to a show, and then I banged her. That's how I met my wife. Yeah, cool.
What? Where did you guys meet?
That's not true though. We met at a party.
Okay.
It was super 2000 and what was it? 2009. Yeah. You met at a party. It was before dating apps, you understand?
Yeah.
Where you still had to talk to someone. I met just the tail end of meeting someone in public. That's when I met my wife. Okay. Now it's all over the apps, which seems so much better. I have so many friends who are socially awkward who date tons of women just because you don't have to talk to women
break
anymore.
Ice, yeah.
You do not have to walk up to someone. That little terrifying moment is something you do not have to do anymore. Just have someone say no to your face.
Well, and that's the biggest thing too. And in the rare occasion where you actually try and talk to someone, to a stranger, generally they're open to just although I want to temper that by like now it's sort of the pendulum's gone the other way. Like weird guys have ruined it for everybody by like creeping on, unwantedly creeping on people. But
if 1 out of 10 of messages we got online was just like a picture of a man's dick, we'd probably never use that service either. That's just like
true too.
A side effect of being a woman.
But I mean,
you're gonna see some weird guys hog.
I mean, like in public though too, it's sort of become a little more tricky to talk to a stranger. As odd as that sounds, because it's sort of been, especially a stranger of the opposite sex, because it's been ruined by creepy guys who approach strangers for the specific purpose.
It also plays into the how to become famous on YouTube thing, which is unless you're attractive, in which case it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, like, if you're a hot guy, you can talk to anybody.
Well, that's what my wife got in an argument with someone about hollering at women on the street. And they were like, you should never holler at a woman on the street. And then she was like, but I've seen it work because the guys were attractive.
Yeah.
It was like a guy rolled up on her friend in his car, yelled at her, He stuck his head out the window. He was attractive, and she's attractive, so she gave him her number.
Yikes.
But that's what one of my boss at my old job met her husband that way.
They
have kids. They have 3
yelled at
kids
her on the street.
Yeah, he was hauling her out of his car. And then she was like, all right. And then now they have children.
Wow.
And a relationship built on trust and love. Like they're going to be old people and then be like, how did you meet mom? Like, I said nice ones. And I said, ooh, good face.
You're the one.
And then now we fucked. And I probably won't say we fucked. if I'm an old man
that's how
with grandkids, I'm going to be like, and then we, of course, fucked. Like, no, granddad, no.
By then, though, I think the way it's going, like the way language is evolving.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. No one will have those kind of hang-ups.
I don't know, because in the 70s, you could say the N-word at like 6 p.m., but you couldn't say butthole.
That's true. Yeah.
Like
well,
All in the Family's, like if you watch All in the
stuff.
Family now, it's insane. He's just calling people like every racial slur. And everyone's like, that's old
That's
Archie.
okay, that Archie.
No, it's satire.
Yeah.
It's satire when he yells at them, you know? So, I mean, yeah. I don't know. Will it change like that? Because you can say shit on CBC past 9 p.m. now.
No, you can. Yeah. What do you even like? A lot like I guess with cable and stuff now, there's wide open on language.
Oh, it's wide open.
And I know Canada.
I was watching Glow the other day on Netflix, and it is
Yeah.
full frontal male nudity.
Yeah.
There's it's all.
the new season.
But
is
Glow's different, though, because it's a streaming.
It's Netflix.
Yeah, but it's all. There's not going to be networks by the time you're a granddad.
Yeah, that's true. And then autoplay, if you don't set up the kids, like kids YouTube, then you're messed up.
Yeah.
Even scarier is like kids YouTube. If you watch the automated kids YouTube, because it just plays images that a computer knows a kid likes. So it's just like Mickey Mouse just walks into Donald Duck for a while. Like that's it.
Weird.
It's really strange.
And I can't predict. I think there was probably still will be networks. They'll have to reinvent. They're not going to give up. And they've
they have
enough
too much money.
infrastructure. Yeah,
they have too much money.
They'll get in. The internet and television will merge, and that.
Well, and I
think
you're
over.
Everyone learned
It's already
from
happening.
Blockbuster. Yeah, and they're tiering the internet too, like the different speeds. Like if you go on my website, it'll be so much slower than if you go on like ESPN.com or whatever. Sad, but
very sad.
Cool though.
Well, already you're saying I think Disney, ABC, and I think one of them's teaming up or buying Hulu. So I think you're going to see major integration. I think
what and the streaming thing now where you have to choose: am I going with Amazon Prime or am I going Netflix?
Yeah.
Or am I going and the monthly bills are creeping up too high. So what I think there's going to become a consolidating package, and the networks will hook into that. And again, I'm probably saying something that kids out there go like, "Oh, doy," and way to go, old man! ACB, you caught up.
This show is very big with the kids.
Huge.
I know that.
Yeah, our demos are.
The demo is 17-year-olds. That's it.
17 to 25 is our
That's true. Yeah,
huge demo.
That's true.
Yeah.
Josh is big on YouTube.
But the networks will hook in and they'll package all the streaming. So it's like, do you want Netflix and Hulu and Amazon, or do you want Netflix and blah,
how much
blah,
is
blah,
cable
blah, blah?
right now?
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't had
A
it
lot.
in decades.
I have it.
Cable's it's like
mostly for
$70,
sports.
right?
More than that, depending on what you have. Like I have, because I want to watch HBO and the fancy shows. So it's more, and then sports packages because I watch the Leafs a lot. But I may start to pare it back depending on how accessible some of the shows I like are. But it's tricky. I now have both. Like I have on Netflix, but I'm on someone else's account, which is the way to go. And then I do have Amazon because I get a bunch of shit delivered. But now I feel like
you just have so much fucking money, man. Nice.
I feel almost weird like admitting that because Amazon has become this evil empire, and I feel almost guilty. Like, oh shit, I shouldn't say that.
Everyone has Amazon Prime.
You know the thing that's pissed me off about Amazon, because I used to really dig it, is I don't like the condition things show up in anymore. Because you order a book off Amazon, and now they're not using boxes to ship them. They just throw it in an envelope, and it shows up. I'm
They just
on
put
the one
tape
hand,
on the
I
cover.
like things to be in nice condition. I'm particular, but on the other hand, I'm full blown OCD. I don't want a hardcover book that I'm buying to show up with all smashed corners and in a torn envelope. And Amazon consistently is just sending things out in envelopes, not boxes anymore. And maybe that's
padded
a silly
envelopes?
qualm, but it's really really pissed me off.
The next phase of this show, getting even more we're old men, is to call Amazon customer service right now.
Yeah.
And then just be
I
like,
ordered a hardcover
how come
book.
your books are bad now?
It's first edition.
It's first edition, god damn it.
But isn't it a padded envelope?
Doesn't matter. It's not
Yeah,
enough.
it doesn't matter.
I guess.
It's not enough. It's got to come in a box.
Well, I think the key then you have to order something else that they can't put in an envelope.
Yeah.
But
then they don't put in any packing stuff, so they just roll around inside the box.
No, they put the poppy bubble.
Not enough.
All right. We'll go to the bookstore.
That's what
That's
what
you're doing now.
That's what I do.
I did order something off eBay.
Oh, yeah?
Check this out, guys. But it was a bid. And then my internet was too slow, so I lost out.
Well, that's not ordering something. That's just you lost an auction.
But that's what I mean, though. That was the process on eBay.
I would tell you this, because there's not a lot of people listening, so I don't feel like other people are going to learn this secret.
Your credit card number?
Yes.
Okay.
4519.
Oh, it's a Visa.
Yes, he knows.
Cool.
There's websites, like free ones, where you can enter the item number you want to bid on eBay.
Yeah.
And the maximum price you want to pay.
Okay.
And then it'll bid for you in the last milliseconds, and I've won 80% of the time when I've used it. So if you really
that might
want
be
something,
overkill because I've won almost all my auctions for years now, and I just do it. But
manually?
Same thing, like manual, same strategy though. You figure out your maximum that you want to bid, and you don't do any bids, no one bid, no nothing.
No, that's the stupid thing.
Don't trick them or don't tip them off that you're interested.
Yeah.
And I just bid in the last 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Never tip them off.
And they try, and you can see it go boop, 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 boop as they try and get you. But if you've bid high enough, and there's just not enough time yet.
And I try to strategize. I bid not on rant, instead of if it's a $50 thing, I'll do 5107 or something.
Yeah.
So that it's because a lot of people just bid 50 or.
So why didn't you do that, Dylan? Huh? Why'd you lose?
What's
this
wrong
thing?
with you? What were you bidding on?
I'm pathetic. That's why I
What
lost.
did you want?
I'm a pathetic fat pig. It was a video game.
What one?
I forget.
Yeah.
About
Must have been really important.
A video game.
Oh, do you really?
Are you a
No,
gamer?
I mean, no, I don't really buy a lot of video games. I just play sports games and then go to bed. That's my whole life.
That's
what it's like being married without kids.
Yeah.
That's all you do. You play video games and then.
Are you doing any day
do a bunch of
gigs, or are you
tasks.
just mostly?
No, I just do stand up now.
And the wife is got a day gig.
Yeah, she's she works at a daycare right now during the summer, and she works with the one special needs kid during the year, and it's
nice.
It's very nice. It's a very nice, easy life. I'm waiting for it to all fall apart because of Amazon Prime.
It's gonna happen
because of Jeff Bezos is gonna own the world and the robots.
What were you talking? You were talking earlier a bit about Alexa. What was your thing on that?
Oh, there's just a podcast, I think, In the Shadow of Giants it's called, and it breaks down. It's just this guy who reporting on Amazon. He's very even-handed. Not good, not bad, just what they are doing. They're pretty secretive about some stuff, but that's, of course, because, they're they don't want their
competitor.
Yeah, to get the drop on them. And just a bunch of patents they have about, Alexa's voice recognition and stuff with that. Looks like they're gonna shift into suggesting, if they hears you cough and it could recognize the cough as a sick cough, then it'll suggest cold medication, for instance. And it's all but it's kind of terrifying because it's just the great unknown, and then just going into the warehouses, and seeing how robots are used in the warehouses.
Big stuff up.
Yeah, there's one part where it's the robots are obviously moving as fast as possible, so workers can't go on there's one area of the floor that workers can't go on because it would literally be like walking on a highway. You'd just be dead immediately.
Shit.
Because the robots are just set to go back and forth so fast. Because because the nature of online shopping isn't they don't sell pallets of stuff to a store anymore. They just sell like one T-shirt.
Yeah.
You know? So they have to go here, get one T-shirt, bring it here. Like, it's just way too much moving for a human. And it's all, I mean, the robots thing is terrifying. Do you guys think the robots are going to kill all of us?
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Sick.
Yeah, bring it on.
Like, as my body degrades, I don't understand why we would want to keep these meat bags.
In it,
they're faulty.
Sometimes I think that, like, you look at what's happening in the world and climate change and what's coming, and I think I'm going to die at just about the right time in terms of, like, I'm pessimistic about like what's going to happen beyond when I die in terms of environment and climate and Earth and society. So I think, as global warming takes its, the biggest amount of effect it has, I'll be pretty much dying. So it's not going to matter. But
I used to say, not so much as a credo for the world at large, a personal thing. It would be like, I always said, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yep.
And now I just say it's going to get worse.
Happy times.
I mean, global warming is bad, but is it? Check that out. I don't know. It's going to be terrible. There's no one who's said it's fine except for evangelical Christians.
It's bad
because
for.
I think I'm going to become the Christians because I
rapture.
want to fucking just blindly believe now.
It's bad for the civilization that exists and the world that exists as we know it. And a lot of animals are going to go extinct, and there's no stopping it. But the world has been hotter than it is now for most of its existence. So the planet's not in danger.
Yeah, of course not.
But all the megafauna is, and like polar bears, elephants,
a lot
rhinos.
Of
there's no saving
too.
them. Yeah. And humans, one of the great apes.
Yeah.
Bad for us. We're living through the sixth major extinction period the Earth's ever seen, and the Earth's the sixth extinction event. And the world will change and outlast us and be unrecognizable, but the world has been much, much hotter. We're still in the tail end of an ice age that's ending as well, but not natural. Well, not naturally, unless you include us as a natural force. But yeah, we're certainly accelerating everything at an unprecedented rate.
Yeah, we got too much stuff.
Yeah. Let's listen to this guy.
Yeah, he knows.
Sums it all up. We got too much stuff.
But I mean, it's just, you know what I mean? We're just destined to make everything as convenient as possible. Yeah. That will be our undoing. You know? Like, of course, there's robots that are going to... Like, you kind of don't think about, like, no, that's... I don't know. The human nature isn't to think, like, this is good enough.
Yeah.
It's just to try and keep improving it to a point that's insane.
Yeah. That takes the human factor out of the picture.
Yeah, exactly. That's terrifying.
I don't think it's terrifying.
You are like a samurai, my friend.
I would happily take myself out of the picture.
Okay, cool, sick.
Alan, you're a little down. What's going on? Do we need an intervention here?
No. I don't mean.
I mean,
like that.
1 hour you can skirt over the major issues in someone's head. 2 hours into a podcast, you're getting into like childhood trauma.
I realize now what that sounds like. No, I don't mean happily take myself out of the picture, but let's say it's more zen, bigger picture.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to kill myself.
Talk that rocks. It's Josh Holiday Live. Need to be heard? Tell your phone to call 647-6-YO-JOSH.
There you go. Give us a call. If you want to talk, if you want to help us talk Alan off the ledge.
I'm not doing it, man.
We're over. It'll be good.
Yep.
How often?
6 major extinction periods. All right, so what are the other 5?
Permian, where 95% of all life on Earth died.
Sick.
And then others. There was one at the end of...
You knew the first one and we're like, and I didn't think you'd ask this question.
The Permian, the famous one is the Cretaceous extinction that wiped out the non-avian dinosaurs.
Okay.
That's 65 million years ago. And then there were others. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
All right.
Nice.
I'm a comedian, not a scientist. Don't listen to me for your facts.
You knew too.
That's still pretty good.
All right. I still get my facts the old-fashioned way.
2 out of 6. 2 out of 6.
Some person tells me, and I don't research it on the internet later. I just repeat it to another person who then calls me on it, and I look like a dummy if it's wrong.
I studied but not in school, but I studied and read a lot about paleontology, particularly dinosaurs, just as a fun hobby. And then I worked in a museum too after that.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So, you were a dinosaur kid, or this was
I was a dinosaur kid, and then I just stuck with it.
Okay.
And then as an adult, actually it's Jurassic Park again, because it was blowing up and becoming really popular. And I remember thinking, I don't want to be a bandwagon jumper. I don't want to be a jumper. Okay, relax. Everything's okay. I like dinosaurs a lot, but I want to know more than just the average person on this. I want to delve deep. So that's when I got my first. It wasn't. It was aimed at a general public, but I got my first book about dinosaurs, and it ended up being more about a history of paleontology. So then I just started reading voraciously, and I read about the history of paleontology. So that led me to the history of science, natural sciences, and Darwin, and because Darwin's theory was starting to trickle out and make waves right around the same time as dinosaurs were being introduced.
I didn't realize Darwin was alive when dinosaurs were around.
Oh, he was.
Yeah. That's how far back it goes. So I read a lot about the history of paleontology, and then I read a lot about the history of the animals themselves. I got it, from the history of digs to discover them, and then more into the biology of the creatures themselves.
What museum?
But not enough to remember all 6 extinction events. It's been a long time since I read.
Well,
those
this
books.
current one though is happening right now. Is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty damn cool. What museum did you work at?
The Royal Tyrrell Museum of Paleontology in Drumheller, Alberta.
Oh.
I got a summer gig there.
Was that that's where there's like a lot of digs and stuff out that way? Okay.
Yeah, I worked in the education department, so I wrote a show and I was doing tours and all that kind of thing. And then I'd volunteer on my days off on digs. And
so did you move there specifically for that gig?
Yep.
Oh, okay. And how long did you live there?
4 months. Just went out for the summer.
Yeah.
It was an interesting application process because so most of the people that are doing this summer job are university students coming from Calgary, which is only an hour and a half drive away. I'm already graduated. I'm the old man of the group, and I'm from Toronto. The job interview was in February. I had to fly out for it. This was never a money-making venture. So I had to fly out in February to do this job interview. And I didn't go alone. I went with my girlfriend at the time. And it was a 6-hour long interview because it was more like being on a reality show or something because we had to do all these group games and they wanted to see group dynamic.
6 hours.
Yeah.
You had to make out with different players and
yeah,
got kicked out of the house.
Well with the girlfriend. Yeah, so did all these things. They had a mole among us.
Really?
Yeah. I think they got in a bit of hot water. They probably don't do that anymore. Sorry if that's bad thing to reveal.
No, don't.
Yeah, they had a mole among us.
This is
they wanted
news.
They wanted to observe us when we thought we weren't being observed.
Could you?
And then at the end of the day, there was a solo presentation. It was because the reason being.
But when did you find out about the mole, though?
At the very end of the day, they said, "Okay, so all day long, one of the people actually works for the museum already. Who do you think it is?" And everyone thought it was me.
Oh, really?
That's very funny
because I knew so much about dinosaurs already. But it's because they're open 12 months of the year, but almost all of their traffic comes through in July and August. They want to make sure they're hiring the right people that are going to rise to the challenge and represent the museum well. It was a phenomenal, one of the best summers of my life. It was a great experience. It was amazing.
Who got destroyed by the mole? Was there anyone who was like...
No, the mole was just doing all the exercises with us. I think they were just having a fun day because instead of doing whatever their regular duties were, they just had to play around and do all these games.
Did they have accommodations for you? Did you have to find your own place?
I had to pay for my airfare to come out. They wouldn't do it over the phone interview. Again, the Calgary kids could just drive in and out in a day. But I flew out and stayed in a motel and then flew back 2 days. Like I only went for a weekend pretty much. But it was because...
You were into it.
I was into dinosaurs, man. I got to work at the museum, and I did. It was amazing.
And then everyone else watched Jurassic Park. You're like, you're just a fucking part-timer. I flew out for a 2-day interview about dinosaurs. And they were like, who is this guy?
I like dinosaurs before you asshole.
Yeah, I think this loops back, and we're talking before we were all saying, "Oh, we're just old white guys here." And this whole podcast has turned into a way for you not to date And I just described a very positive attribute I have, my dinosaur
true.
knowledge.
Dinosaur knowledge, yeah.
Admirable. So Josh, rather than being so down on yourself, an admirable thing now.
Yeah. Knowledge of dinosaurs. Oh,
No, that's mine. You can't have mine. I'll kill you.
I don't know.
I know things about dinosaurs
Oh,
too.
I'm good at trivia.
All right.
Yeah. What trivia?
Just general stuff. What about you? Are you good at trivia?
No.
We can try trivia. You want to try trivia?
Yeah,
Let's try
do trivia.
I'm bad at it.
Except it was about dinosaurs.
Oh, it's dinosaurs.
Here, I'll give you a science one. Alan, are you a science guy or is it just the dinosaurs?
Science nerd. Yeah.
Okay, well...
but also a dumbass clown. So,
what's an asvogel? AASVOGEL.
That's I have no idea. I think that was the only thing that could take out the Nazgul in Lord of the Rings.
There you go.
There was the Nazgul that the ring race rode on, but there was the Asvogel that the Narya could ride. Yeah.
So that's what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wrong.
It's a vulture.
Oh, I wish
Oh,
I
that's
knew
good.
that. I love vultures.
In the film,
I read a book about vultures. I have
You
to
should have
read
known
these
that.
books again more
A
recently.
book about vultures.
I read a whole book by Wayne Gretzky, Canadian author.
Oh, the hockey player Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Yep.
The great
He's best known for his book about vultures.
I hope Wayne Gretzky just also writes a book about vultures.
That'd be funny, yeah.
Maybe it wasn't Wayne Gretzky that wrote the book about vultures.
Maybe
I'm
though-
gonna,
fucked
I'm gonna
up
be
if-
so shamed. So shamed.
Wayne Gretzky hasn't been talked about in years.
I wonder if
and now he's so pissed.
in
at home.
the avian circles, if he's known as the great one for writing this book about vultures. He's
Find out.
in his industry, he's the great one.
Okay, another question while I look it up.
All right, in the film Walk the Line, who played June Carter Cash? I think I know this one.
Reese Witherspoon.
That's what I was going to say too. Yes, you're correct.
Goddamn right.
Well, I knew it was Wayne Gretzky that wrote Vulture, Nature's Ghastly Gourmet. So
Ghastly Gourmet.
I didn't get the last Asvogel, but I think I maybe get a bonus point or a participation ribbon.
You do, for sure.
So many participation ribbons in my past.
This is an easy one, I think. What was the official name of the first Indiana Jones movie?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's too easy, yeah.
And no Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark,
just
just Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Like Star Wars wasn't A New Hope, but everyone knows that.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone
does. Totally.
Just say you knew it too.
What? Oh, I think I might know this one too. What plastic did John Wesley Hyatt invent by combining cellulose and alcoholized camphor?
Kleenex.
Any guess over there?
Plastic?
No, it says what plastic? I think it might be like
Silly putty or something?
saran wrap or something. Let's see. Celluloid. Duh.
Celluloid?
Duh.
Yeah.
Oh.
How do you guys not know that?
Yeah.
The Kleenex was a lie answer. I totally knew it.
Totally. So
But
you're
I
just trying
don't-
to throw us off.
Exactly.
I think
didn't
I'm in
wanna
last
embarrass
place.
you.
Where's my dinosaur
Are we
question when I need
placing?
it?
All right, I'm looking for some science. That's not good. Which character did Tom Hanks play in the movie The Da Vinci Code?
That's not science.
Da Vinci.
No, that's entertainment. Yeah, he played Leonardo da Vinci.
Did you know that?
No, he didn't. He
Robert
played-
Langdon.
No, I thought you said what he did. I thought I heard you say some answer.
No, I just
Fast
said Da
and
Vinci.
quick.
I haven't seen the Da Vinci Code. I can't believe people watch that movie.
I did for Audrey Tautou.
Oh, Tattoo?
Amelie.
Amelie,
the woman
or-
that plays
She
Amelie,
also
the
in-
actor that plays Amelie. She's
Isn't
in
she in Chocolate too? Or?
She's in the Da Vinci Code.
Oh.
Yeah.
What screen legend made his final appearance in the movie Walk, Don't Run?
Spencer Tracy.
Cary Grant. Or for the Flintstones
Fuck.
fans, Cary Grant. Remember that? Some of these are dud questions. What was the name of Pinocchio? What was the name of Geppetto's cat in Pinocchio?
Oh.
Think opera.
Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't know, and nothing's exciting.
Pavarotti.
Figaro.
There it is.
Figaro.
Nothing makes
that
a great
one's wrong.
podcast just
Nope.
dead air. Listening to us trying to think.
Questions, yeah.
Trivia is good. People can play along.
Play along. Call
yeah.
in. Answer
Call
these.
in. Answer loudly.
What TV show do Thelma and Louise want to avoid being on?
I've never seen Thelma and Louise.
You never
Cops.
saw that movie?
No.
Cops? I didn't even think.
But it's a
Cops
good
was
one to look forward to. I've got, it's
Geraldo.
Ooh,
Yeah.
smart on them.
Hey, you mentioned Glow. Are you watching the third season now?
Yep.
I just finished. Well, I didn't finish it. I'm halfway through.
Whoa, I'm not. Don't spoil it.
No, the only thing I'm finding with it a little bit is it feels like it's trying to cram as many social issues in as it can, and like I find some of it's getting on the borderline of like, okay, you're trying too much to have a message here.
Oh yeah,
rather than just a story. But it's still a lot of fun. I like it.
Yep.
Do you like it? Do you watch it? No.
I do, but it's fine.
It's
I don't know.
not-
I found
yeah.
a lot of Netflix shows like just binging stuff. You can't really take in what's happening as well, rather than like 1 week.
Yeah,
And then you wait.
You have a
another-
week to
till another
digest.
week. Yeah,
and
wait
then
to week.
I'm
to
not
digest.
binging Glow though. I'm. You know what I'm watching on Netflix that I am kind of binging. I've gone back and I've started watching Star Trek: The Next Generation again from the beginning.
Oh,
Wow.
I think the
that's
Picard
big.
trailer made me
How many
think of it.
seasons is that?
6 or 7. I'm on season 1.
That's
and
a
it's
lot.
it's oddly it hasn't aged well, but on the other hand it has. Like, it's very lame but really enjoyable, and it's got a good moral center, and it's fun to watch, and you like these people. Like, it kind of still works even though it's lame. Its vision of the future is lame because it's definitely not a society with cell phones that has evolved into the Star Trek. It's a past
boy, did they get it
past
wrong.
imagining of what the future could be, and also it's just very old television. It's the pacing is very different.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Is it still like format wise? Is it HD? Is it widescreen, or is it still like
no? It's
square.
Yeah, square.
Oh no, I find I can't really go back and watch. Like, I feel like I'm wasting time that I could be watching new shows that I haven't seen. There's some shows that I really love, and I think, I should go back and watch from the beginning. But then I'm like, you know what? There's so much other new good shows that
That's fair.
I've
That's
experienced that already.
I understand. I'm wasting my life. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's also nice to just watch things you liked before.
It's comfort.
And it's
like
been a
comfort
long,
food.
like, as much as it is comfort food, and I've seen these episodes probably multiple times already, but it's been a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of fun and sort of a bit weird to go back and because I remember at the time thinking it was so fresh, and now it feels I think if I was to put on the Kirk the early original Star Trek, I think it would seem the same. I don't think there would be much difference between watching season 1 of Next Gen and the original series.
Are all of the seasons not in HD?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's
because
all...
I think was it The Wire I watched where the first couple of seasons were square, and then it turned into letter like.
No, I think they're all square.
No, I think later on, and then
I mean Next Generation. I don't know. About The Wire.
Sorry, yeah, I was saying The Wire, but the Wire. I think HBO went back and HD'd all the old episodes. I don't know if they got the original kind of master recordings or the film, I should say.
What's your hang up about wanting the 16:9 ratio, though? I just want to see it how it's originally intended.
Yeah.
You don't want the version of pan and scan, do you?
No.
Exactly.
Oh, have we lost
What's
Dylan?
the opposite
We
of that?
lost Dylan.
Nerds.
I got nerdy. Sorry, let's talk about games. Games. You said you're a gamer.
No. I was gonna say what was it? Lord of the Rings had a Blu-ray release where it's just too high def.
Oh, that was the Hobbit, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you could
When
just
the Hobbit
see
came out
it
in
was
60 frames.
You can see the makeup and stuff. I think
Yeah.
that's why they don't do it. Like, that stuff's just meant to be.
Well, the other thing
comfort food for.
That was the first Hobbit.
But the other thing that happens now is a lot of the televisions, the HD televisions, come preset to
with
have motion smoothing, so everything looks like you're watching a soap opera. But you can adjust it. You can get rid of a lot of that stuff where it fills in stuff that shouldn't be filled in.
It's a huge effect because never mind looking like a soap opera. It looks like you're watching just
someone video camera on the street. It's too like,
and you turn off motion sensing or whatever smoothing, and it's like one or two toggles that you have to. A couple
of things,
and suddenly it starts to look like film again,
cinematic,
recreated on.
The coffee place I go to has a big screen, and I told them early on, I like printed out, this is how you change it, and they never did it. So every time I go in there, I'm like,
I'm that asshole that does it at friends' houses. If I go over and watch TV or movies, I don't ask. Can I see a remote for a second?
Yeah.
I'm suddenly into the settings there. What are you doing? Fixing it.
And then they probably
I don't get invited over.
I think there's some people, there's less sophisticated TV watchers that like it like that. It's like, super HD.
Yeah, look how crisp it is.
And you change it, and they're mad.
Yeah, I've experienced that too.
Most people.
I don't need
stupid.
to be friends with them. Yeah.
If they don't appreciate the cinematic quality of TV programs, then fuck them.
See, I'm on the road so much. I just like watch so much stuff on my phone that it's like.
This is the oldest.
Do you have a tablet or anything, or just like phone?
I watch it on an iPhone 5.
Oh my god!
I watch stuff on an iPhone 5 and like a second cup.
I'm going to go back and listen to this podcast just for the experience of we go from CVs to answering machines to complaining about, and the whole time you're telling us about robots in the warehouse, and you're the only one with your thumb on the pulse of the future.
I don't know if I have my thumb.
Is it because you went back to the future?
It's terrifying. She's terrifying.
Who is what?
My niece is 15, and like just the future is all terrifying because it's just like there's no like center for all entertainment. She just like likes specific YouTubers, and it's like, how do you find these people? All of this content, like it's like every generation, it's the same thing, but it's like all this content looks like garbage. It's just someone sticking a banana in their butt.
Yeah,
there's no like storyline.
Same thing. I have no concept of how she finds stuff.
I have 9 and 10-year-old boy nephews, and they, rather than actually like playing and getting engaged in the game, they like to watch people on YouTube playing a game and talking about it.
Yeah, that's big with kids.
It's very strange.
Like, Twitch streamers and stuff.
Yeah, the Twitch streamers is something that baffles me. It's kind of a lot of it's like gamers who people watch them playing games, but then there's the Twitchers who just basically walk around their town, on the camera of their phone, just like chatting with people and stuff.
So is it truly unhealthy, as I believe, or is it is the human brain just speeding up? And this is a step to us becoming all robots like Data, watching screens. Is it advancement? Are we getting faster, stronger, better?
I don't know. I don't know.
Dylan, you are the one that is supposed to know.
Maybe people of leisure, whether that's good or bad. Like
will you have money to enjoy that leisure?
Well, think about it. Which one of us can farm? Nobody can farm.
We can't.
Versus our grandparents, like that was just a thing. You had a garden, right? So it's like, it's kind of like already happened in that way.
Garden.
They looked at us the way it's like,
farm.
This guy can't farm. No. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like you just had to be able to farm 100 and whatever years ago.
I do think about skills in terms of like what can and maybe can't be, or will take a lot longer for a robot to replace. And I always think stuff like this, like talking or comedy, it'll take a little longer for them to get it right.
Do they need
that's
it?
The thing about robots, though. They don't. There's no like set pattern. It's not like college. Like it's kind of like, I don't know. We all do comedy, so it's the same thing where it's like it could just be all at once. Where they like, we're having this problem with like, because right now apparently the problem they're having is with turning your hand.
Oh.
Yeah, like small manipulation. Like they can pick up a glass, but they couldn't like pick the ice cubes out of the glass.
Okay.
So but there's nothing to say once they pick the ice cubes out of the glass, they won't be like good at like throwing it, but like throwing it with different speeds. Okay. And to figure that part out in a minute.
That seems like it won't take very long for them to get that figured out.
I saw this interesting video. This is a few years ago now, I think. I lose track of time, but it was that problem of grasping, and it was something. It was either like a bean bag or a bag of gel. I think it was more like a bean bag, and so it was floppy, and so you could put it over top of the object, or the robot arm would put it over top of the object, and then they electrically charged whatever the particles were inside the bag, and it would harden. It would go from soft to hard, and so it hardens around the shape of what it, and then it could pick up, and it was more efficient than fingers. It was more inspired by tentacles.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, that's what they're basing it way more on octopus tentacles than fingers.
Yeah, that's not terrifying at all. Robots' future merged with Cthulhu tentacles.
Well, I mean, it's also like if we get the robots that that science fiction has taught us, then they're just gonna figure out that we're losers, and then they'll just kill us. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, they'll be like, why is that guy working so hard on like comedy when he should work on this?
Yeah,
thing that would actually
Let's kill
help
him.
Yeah, he's dead now. But it's kind of like you're ineffective, so they just get you out of the way.
Yeah,
which I don't think is bad. I just think
I don't think it's bad
how
either.
it is.
Here we are. Yeah.
Alan doesn't think he's bad.
Yep,
he's waiting for his robot overlords to kill him.
But it's just how it happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, every single civilization has been like, don't play God, and now we're playing God, and we're expecting it all to work out.
Just because you could doesn't mean you should have.
Yo,
I screwed up the quote. And Jeff Goldblum's going to be a fan expo. He's going to track me down.
Are you sure you're even working at that museum? You can't even get this. That's all.
I worked at the museum. I wasn't one of those Jurassic Park.
I like that so much of the world is worried, is like, I don't want to, I hope this doesn't come off that way. But like, if you look at Twitter, at least my Twitter feed is all just people coming it's just like all this like deep stuff about race and like straight white men, and then if you talk to a straight white man, mostly all we're worried about is robots. It's just like we just were so scared of robots.
Our privilege is being scared of robots.
But I think it's so much nicer to want something. I don't know. Rather than just being like, but the robots are coming.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
All right. Well, what's
we're gonna end on the robots are coming.
The robots are coming. To be continued.
Next week, robots on the show.
What's whoever wants to go first? With social media, where can people see your junk? I mean, junk in the most positive way.
Plug that YouTube channel, baby.
All right, so you can find me at the AFDM, but you can find my alter ego Mullet, who's way more active online at Me Mullet, and it's Facebook is Me Mullet, Instagram Me Mullet, Twitter Me Mullet, YouTube Me Mullet, and I'll be putting up YouTube content regularly. Starting, there's stuff up there already, and that's the big project going forward.
Teenagers, if you're listening, Me Mullet on YouTube.
Only cool teens, though.
Yeah,
None
cool
of those
teens.
Goddamn nerds.
Yeah. All right.
We want fucking tastemakers.
Yeah. Get the word out there.
Yeah.
Dylan, what's your story?
At Dylan Gott, DylanGott on Twitter. I have Facebook too. That's Dylan Gott's how you spell my name, as I said earlier, but you space it out. You put a space between Dylan and Gott.
Oh, no, you didn't do that. Like the underscore space?
No, I mean, on Twitter, it's all one word.
Yeah, but on Facebook?
On Facebook, Dylan Gott.
That's not consistent.
I know. It should have all been one word.
You can change it.
I will.
Someone else, is there another Dylan Gott that's got it?
No. I mean, no, it's at Dylan Gott on Twitter, and then on Instagram as well, at Dylan Gott, and then my Facebook fan page, Dylan Gott.
Oh,
and then just come to my house.
Got to get Gott. And do you have a website?
DylanGott.net, but no one uses
.net.
No one uses websites.
That's true. Alan, do you have a website?
MeMullet.com.
Okay.
See? Consistent.
Okay, sorry. My
brand
website's
consistency.
Google.com.
Your website is Google.com?
Yeah, go to my website, Google.com.
Oh, but my website is...
you just sign up for my email.
You're Dylan Gott
on Gmail.
You go on...
And you can sign up for my maps.
If you go on Google, you just you put Dylan Gott, your name on Google, and that's your website.
Just going to Google is enough money for me, so just go to Google. That's
Good
my
plan.
website.
All right. Well, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
I like there used to be a Martin Mull line he'd do at the end of the show. He'd say, well, thanks for coming, or however you reacted.
Oh.
Nice.
Turn on the lights, open the shades.
The show's over, but the conversation continues. On Twitter at Josh Holiday. On the web at joshholidaylive.com. And hear missed episodes on your favorite podcatcher. Talk that rocks. Josh Holiday Live.